Hello, I'm Kathy Peters, and I'm going to give you a brief introduction to non-book materials, Library Tech Course 2315. I will be the in-class instructor, and Dale West will be the online instructor. So what non-book materials will the course cover? We're going to look at some of the common materials in libraries today, including video recordings, sound recordings, electronic monographs, which include e-books and e-documents, e-journals and print serials which go together, and web pages or websites in all of their various forms. There are lots of non-book materials we don't have time to cover it all or cover in a lot of detail, like maps, kits, games, images including photographs and digital imagery, and realia, which are three-dimensional objects. And we won't be able to cover in detail all the older formats that some libraries have in their collections, like film, VHS video, sound cassettes, etc., although we'll look at how to do those. The course content, we don't have a required textbook, but there will be some required readings and, of course, all the D2L content to read. There will be optional readings for people who are interested in pursuing certain topics in more detail. Online resources will use the MARC manuals, online authorities, RDA toolkit, and other resources. And we're going to experiment with the open source software MarcEdit in one of our assignments. Graded activities and assignments, we have an equipment group project right at the beginning of the course, and then 6 individual assignments, a final exam, and a participation mark. The equipment group project will be done hopefully in groups of 3, although we may have some groups of 2 depending on the number of people in the class. Groups of 3 are preferred. We want to do an individual research activity as part of the group project, and then the group together will write an equipment proposal for a piece of equipment for a library makerspace. We will provide a list of equipment that groups can choose from. 4 cataloging assignments done individually, focusing on the different material types outlined earlier in this video. You'll practice with homework activities first and then an assignment for marks for each type. We'll be following the RDA standard. We'll be doing a library tour and a short report where you visit a library of your choosing, not Langara, and observe and record what non-book materials the library has, how they catalog them, how they put them on the shelves, how they process them, etc., how they are found in the OPAC and Discovery platforms. And lastly, we have an individual assignment on online subscriptions and batch MARC records, because libraries are getting a lot of online subscriptions for electronic content like ebooks, streaming video, streaming audio, etc., and vendors send batches of MARC records for the titles that are part of these subscriptions. So we'll look at this process and how the TS staff deal with these batches of records, including using the MarcEdit software. Final exam, online open book, 2 hours long, using original cataloging questions, so no copy cataloging, everything from scratch. There'll be a fixed date and time for the exam, but you can write it anywhere you like as long as you have a computer and an internet connection. So no collaboration in the final exam, it must be done on your own. Finally, a participation mark, in-class and online discussions depending on the section you're in. The ungraded cataloging homework practice needs to be handed in, although it won't be marked. You'll see answer keys for it. Group project participation, of course, meeting deadlines, getting things submitted on time, attending class or logging in regularly to D2L and accessing and reading the D2L content. We look forward to seeing you in January 2016.